As we move into the next stages of the MCU, shows are going to slowly introduce what could be the next set of Avengers. However, this time around, it's going to be much different. They should be titled the Young Avengers and will be made up of some of our newest heroes and Spider-Man himself. This has also already been teased, so stay tuned to today's video as we discuss the connections between Spider-Man and Young Avengers. First up, how have the Young Avengers already been teased in the MCU? First of all, let's cover what has already happened within the MCU that points towards the next team being the Young Avengers. Of course, Avengers Endgame saw the death of many Avengers and the disbanding of the team as a whole. Characters either died or just left altogether. Some are still around like Hawkeye and Bruce Banner, but overall most members aren't around anymore. Ever since then, Marvel have been introducing more characters in the current 616 universe and others that could appear in the upcoming Young Avengers film. Spider-Man is the main member of the group, and with everyone forgetting who he is after Spider-Man No Way Home, it's going to be a great way to introduce him into the wider MCU once again. We also recently have seen Kamala Khan make her MCU debut in Ms. Marvel, which is originally where all this Young Avengers talk has come from. During the first few episodes of the series, we see Damage Control show up looking for her. If you don't know already, Damage Control is an organization in the Marvel comic books that hunts down mutants and other superheroes. The main agent is Agent Cleary, who also appeared in Spider-Man No Way Home when Peter was arrested for killing Mysterio during the opening sequence of the film. Few fans expected Agent Cleary to make his comeback in the Ms. Marvel series, which has posed a host of new MCU concerns. The inclusion of him adds a new dimension to the new Disney Plus program, as it is still quite unimaginable how his role will be. One thing the post-credits scene clarified is that Agent Cleary is coming after Kamala. The shocking part is why he is doing it. Cleary was arrested in Spider-Man No Way Home while viewing him. In the same sequence, Cleary appears to be manipulating Peter's relatives and communicating him information about the Wallcrawler's superhero actions. Many fans are likely to take his appearance in Ms. Marvel as a bad sign for the new high school hero. Cleary may be able to overcome another problem for Kamala Khan, but no one knows how long it takes Cleary to get rid of at the Department of Damage Control. His last appearance was very convincing for the audience, but he could actually be up to no good. He wants something from these Young Avengers, probably to grab them young and turn them into contracted heroes, like what nearly happened to the Avengers in Captain America Civil War. Nick Fury is currently off-world with the Skrulls, so there isn't much authority for the Young Avengers to sit behind. These new people might be trying to take them over before they even get running. It's a really cool story arc that is clearly going to accumulate in one film before the Young Avengers releases. We already have 3 members in the MCU right now: Ms. Marvel, aka Kamala Khan, Spider-Man, aka Peter Parker, and of course the new Hawkeye, Kate Bishop. There are going to be more heroes introduced over the next year or so, and we cannot wait for it all. It's going to be amazing to finally get a new Avengers project with brand new characters. What do you think about all of this? Let us know down in the comments section below your thoughts on it all. And now, stay tuned for some more Marvel news from the last few weeks. Next up, 2 things from Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness that are going to change the MCU forever. One of the biggest reveals in Multiverse of Madness was that a variant of Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic, exists in the MCU. He was introduced during the Illuminati part of the film, and was obviously eventually killed by Wanda during her destruction. Sadly, that version of Reed Richards is no longer alive, but we should be seeing him return in some shape or form soon. A Fantastic Four movie has already been announced by Marvel and should be filming next year. None of the cast have been announced, but fans were wanting 2 specific actors for the film. They wanted John Krasinski and Emily Blunt to play Reed Richards and Sue Storm, respectively. Thankfully, we got John Krasinski playing Mr. Fantastic within Multiverse of Madness, and cinemas across the globe were going crazy. It was such a great reveal, and might mean he is going to come back in the future. Krasinski has always wanted to be in the MCU and play Fantastic, and he got his and our wish. Now, though this was a variant of the character, Krasinski could play the main version of Reed Richards in the MCU in the upcoming Fantastic Four film. We also want Emily Blunt to be in the film, as the 2 are married in real life and starred together in A Quiet Place. The Fantastic Four have already been teased a bunch in the MCU, and now with Reed appearing in Multiverse of Madness, we might be seeing them cast very soon. What do you think about all of this? Let us know down in the comments section below. The film really opened up the multiverse and showed us all what could be out there in the Marvel universe. Many new things are coming up in the future of the MCU, and this film might have given us an insight into it all. The major scene where we see this is when Doctor Strange and America Chavez are flying through the multiverse. We see many different multiverses, and some of those are well known to comic fans. First, we see an animated universe, which could lead us to one of the many animated Marvel television series, or even into the Spider-Verse. Finally, Ms. Marvel's first episode was amazing. Though Ms. Marvel was still met with some criticism after the first episode launched last week, the series seems to be doing super well with fans. The show marks the first Marvel Disney Plus series that is really for a specific audience. Of course, any MCU fan can and probably will enjoy this series for what it is, but the show is designed for younger girls to watch. They have said this from the get-go, and it makes a lot of sense as you watch the first episode and see what the show is about. Despite Ms. Marvel's powers being much different in this series than in the video games and comic books, the show does a decent job at Kamala Khan. Clearly, the MCU is setting up a change for the character when the Inhumans and mutants are introduced in a few years' time, so we will wait and see for that reveal later down the line. If you now look at the statistics that have been released for Ms. Marvel, it looks like this is the highest-rated Marvel Disney Plus show, but also the highest-rated MCU project that has released so far. Before at the top were both Black Panther and Avengers Endgame, with 96% and 94% respectively. Now, Ms. Marvel sits at the top of this list with a surprising 97% rating. It's actually incredible that this show has made it that far up and is staying there. Of course, as the series releases, the show will probably go down, just like many other films and TV series do in ratings. So we will have to see where the show sits once it's completely done and the fans have had time to process the show as a whole. In the top 15 MCU projects, there are only a few Disney Plus shows that made the mark: Hawkeye, What If, Loki, and WandaVision. Clearly, if Ms. Marvel can stand out and above these other amazing series, it is doing something right. Ms. Marvel has a very specific audience, so it makes some sense that others might not like it in the long run. What do you think about this show? Let us know down in the comments below. Despite scoring so well, a second season of Ms. Marvel is not guaranteed. We know for a fact that Ms. Marvel is going to appear in the Marvels in 2023, so that may have always been the plan, rather than there being a second season of the show. We've seen this with a few successful series, where some have been left in limbo and others have transitioned into film. Only 2 Disney Plus series have confirmed second seasons right now: What If and Loki. As it's been noted before, the series was set to be review-bombed and has been on many other sites like Rotten Tomatoes. They did delete the vast majority of the spam, but other platforms like IMDb have struggled. Ms. Marvel sits at a 1 star on IMDb because of the spam and fake ratings. And that's the end of today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed this latest video. If you did, would you please let us know down in the comments section below? It would be very helpful. Make sure to like the video, comment down below, and of course subscribe to the channel with the notification bell rung. Thank you for watching today's video.